So we're going to talk about triangle notes today, and we've been talking about angles and we've been talking about shapes and everything. So with triangles, we're going to actually talk about the sides and the angles. So the first thing we're going to talk about is there is a theorem. Now a theorem is not a fact, but in mathematics that means it's been proved. So luckily somebody else proved it, so we get to use it for now. There will be times in your life when you have to prove theorems in math. We don't have to do that today. We just get to accept that this is what it is. And what it says is that the sum of the angles of two sides of a triangle, the sum, what does sum mean? That's right, that means that you're going to add. Okay? You're going to add the lengths of two sides of a triangle, and it's going to be greater than the third side. Okay, so let's say we have a triangle, and our triangle looks like this. And this is A, and this is B, and this is C. Okay? And what we're saying is that any two sides have to be greater than the other one. So A plus B has to be greater than C. And B plus C has to be greater than A. And A plus C has to be greater than B. Okay, so any two sides have to be greater than the other one. And what would happen if it wasn't true? Then they wouldn't all match up. So we would have triangles that looked like this. Okay, so we have to make it that it completes it. So this has to be true in order for it to work. Okay? So we're going to determine if a triangle can be constructed. We say constructed in math because it's more accurate than if you're saying that if you're going to draw it or use a measurement, you would construct it. But we're not going to worry about that, given the following dimensions. So here we go. Can I take 5 plus 6, and is that greater than 9? Well, that's 11. That's greater than 9. Yes, that works. Now I'm going to take 6 plus 9. Is that greater than 5? Well, 6 plus 9 is 15. Yes, that works. And then what have I not added? 5 plus 9, is that greater than 6? Well, 5 plus 9 is 14. Yes, that's greater than 6. So yes, this is a triangle. Okay? Now we're going to go with the next one. And I'm going to use a calculator because I'm not good with digits. So with decimals, we're going to take 5.5 plus 6.2. Is that greater than 13.2? So 5.5 plus 6.2 is equal to 11.7. Is that greater than 13.2? No. Hey, we got lucky. We only had to find it on the first one. This is not a triangle. Okay, it's not a triangle because I have to be able to add any two sides and it has to be greater than the third side. When I added these two together, it was not greater than 3.2. Now, just for the heck of it, let's look. If I would have continued, I would have taken 6 plus 2 plus 13. Is that greater than 5.5? Yes, it is. Okay, so that one's not a problem. And I would have taken 13 plus 5.5. Is that greater than 6.2? Yes, it is. So two of the sides work, but it doesn't matter. All three of them have to be true. You have to be able to add any two sides to get that third side. So here we go. And if you want to, pause yours, do it on your own and see what happens. So we're going to take 8 plus 3. Is that greater than 5? Well, that's 11. Yep, that's greater than 5. 3 plus 5. And all I'm doing is I'm taking these two, then I'm going to take these two, then I'm going to take these two. Okay? So 3 plus 5. Is that greater than 8? Oh, hold on a second. Look at this. It says it has to be greater. Can it be greater than or equal to? No, it has to be greater. This is not a triangle. Okay, because it's equal to 3 plus 5 is equal, but it says that it has to be greater than the third side. It is not. Now, if I would have taken 8 plus 5, is that greater than 3? Yes. But it's not a triangle because this is equal to. Cool. Okay, you'll get to do some more of those later. That's the sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the angles, and I know many of you already know this. The sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. And the really cool thing, it's true for any triangle whatsoever, any triangle. So this triangle right here, all three of these angles add up to be 180 degrees. This triangle right here, all three of the angles add up to 180 degrees. Every single time, the angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Determine if a triangle can be constructed given the following measurements. So we have to find out if this adds to 180 degrees. So we're going to take 90 plus 32 plus 48. Does that equal 180? So we take our calculator and we add 90 plus 32 plus 48. Is that equal to 180? Well, dang, that's not a triangle. If I added these right now, I'm going to double check because we know that I sometimes know. That's 170. That is not a triangle. Not a triangle. Okay, now we're going to do 130 plus 80. I think I already know an answer. Okay, but let's take 130 plus 80 plus 20. Is that a triangle? That's 230. That's not equal to 180. Those are not equal. So not a triangle. Too many degrees. Okay, here we go. 30 plus 60 plus 90. Is that 180? I'm guessing it is because the other two didn't work. 30 plus 60 plus 90 equals 180. Bam! That's a triangle. Okay? Good. Now we're going to write and solve an algebraic equation to find the value of x. So we're going to use what we just learned. We know that the three angles of a triangle have to be equal to 180. So I have three angles of a triangle. So I have to take 71 plus 45 plus x. I'm taking the three angles. It doesn't matter the order. That has to be equal to 180. Now we're just going to solve this equation. So combine like terms. So 71 plus 45, that is 116. Now we're going to solve for x, so we have to get rid of the 116. So I'm going to subtract it, that's right. So we get x is equal to 64. Okay? Good. Question so far. Oh, I'm not there to answer them, so sorry. Okay, so we're going to solve, and notice that we're talking about angles. So if I'm talking about angles, I know that the three angles have to add up to 180. So I'm just going to go x plus x, whoops, plus 2x is equal to 180. Yeah, we get to combine all of these, are like terms. So that's going to be 3, 4x. Okay, so I combine like terms. Now I'm going to solve for x, so I'm going to divide through by 4 because I have to get rid of that 4. X is equal to 45. Okay, so this angle's 45, this angle's 45, this one is 2 times 45, so that one's 90. Okay, here we go. Now these are all different kinds of triangles, and we still have to go through and figure out the angle. So again, all three angles of a triangle add up to be what? That's right, 180. So 24 plus x plus 36 is equal to 180. Combine your like terms. 60. Now I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to remove the 60 by subtracting 60 from both sides. And we get x is equal to 120, right? Yeah, that's how much I doubt mine. I can't even, yes, 120 degrees. Good. Here we go again. And feel free to pause yours and just see if you get the same answer as me. So I'm going to add the three angles together. Or if you want to watch that, now pause it. Solve the equation on your own. That's great practice. So when I combine like terms, I get 148 plus x is equal to 180. So I want to solve this equation. I have a 148. I'm going to subtract 148 from both sides. And make sure you're actually keeping these sides. I know I don't draw a line right here. If you want to and it makes it easier, please do that. Now I'm going to subtract 180 minus 148. And I get 32. Okay, now in this one, they only give us two angles, or do they? What does that mean? Remember, if I have this little sign right here, that means it's a right angle. And how many degrees are in a right angle? Exactly, 90. So I'm going to take 7x plus 3x plus 90 is equal to 180. So I get 10x plus 90 is equal to 180. Subtract 90. So we get 10x is equal to is equal to 90. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I had to use the calculator. Okay, now we're going to divide by 10. And we get that x is equal to 9. Okay, good. Okay, last thing we're going to do, again, we're just going to kind of talk about what we've been doing. Does it make it into a triangle? Is it going to be a triangle? So I have my three sides right here. These are sides. And these are sides, and I know that because it says inches, but also look at these are degrees because of the little degree sign. So you're going to find out if this is a triangle or not. So remember our notes is that the three sides, I have to take two sides at a time. It has to be, add them together, it has to be greater than the other. Two sides at a time. It has to be greater than the other. Two sides at a time. It has to be greater than the other. So we're going to have to add we're going to have to do three little addition things. So I'm going to just take 4 plus 2.2. Is that greater than 3.5? So that's going to give me 6.2. Is that greater than 3.5? Yes. Then I'm going to take the next two. 2.2 plus 3.5. Is that greater than 4? 5.7. Yep. Then I'm going to take 4 plus 3.5. Is that the only one? So I've done 4 and 2.2. 2.2 and 3.5. Yep. Okay. Is that greater than 2.2? Well, that's a no-brainer. You can see that right away. That's going to be 7.5. So yes, this is a triangle. Okay. And take the time to write this out. I know you can just do it on your calculator, but take at least, even if you don't want to do this bottom one, at least do this top one so that you can see what's going on. So what I'm saying is go 12 plus 11, is that greater than 9? If you don't want to write the next number, that's fine. Or what I a lot of times do is I write this and then I go, I'm going to add the 12 and the 11. I don't need to write the 9 down again. Is 23 greater than 9? Yep. Then I'm going to go with the next one. I have 11 plus 9. Is that greater than 12? 11 plus 9. Oh, it has to be greater than 12. Okay, so that one works. Why am I saying that? Because look, we have 11, we have 12. They're only one apart. So if I add 9, yeah, duh, that one works. I don't have to use my calculator. 12 plus 9, is that greater than 11? Well, yeah, because 12 is greater than 11. So that's a no-brainer. That's a triangle. Okay? Try it. Try the next one on your own. Pause yours right now. Go. Try it. And then we're going to compare answers. So I'm hoping you actually tried it. If you didn't, you can still do it. So I just wrote down 2 angles added together greater than the third one. 2 angles greater than the third one. 2 angles greater than 2 sides. Sorry, 2 sides. Okay? So if you haven't paused it yet, go. Try to figure out, is this a triangle or not? Okay, so I'm going to add 10 and 6. That's 16 point something. That's got to be greater than 8, so that one works. 10 plus 8 is 18. That's greater than 6. 6 plus 2 is 14. I don't even have to worry about the decimals. I can just kind of look at it. So yeah, that's a triangle. Okay, go. Do the next one. Pause. Go, go, go. Do it. Nope. I'm waiting for you. Do it. Do number 7, please. Okay, so you wrote it down, and once you wrote it down, look at this. 1 plus 2, is that greater than 3? No, it's equal to it. So this is not a triangle. Now these two work. 2 plus 3 is greater than 1. 1 plus 3, yep, those work. But if one doesn't, the whole thing does not work. It has to be greater than. It cannot be equal to. Now we're going to go to angles. Remember the 3 angles? What do they have to add up to be? That's right, 180. So you're going to take 110 plus 65 plus 15, and that has to be equal to 180. Pull out your calculator. Add that up. See if that's equal to 180. That's a 15 if you're wondering, but hopefully you can see that right there. Did you get 190? That's what I got. I'm going to do it again just to make sure. Yep. So is that a triangle? Is that 180 degrees? Are these two things equal? Nope. So 60 plus 60 plus 60, is that equal to 180? Yeah, because 3 times 6 is 180. That one's a triangle. 32 plus 80. And notice on this one, I didn't have to do any more work. I could see from that one. Now this, I'm going to add these up using my calculator. Go. I got 180. Did you get 180? Always double check your work. Yep, that one's a triangle. Okay, let's look at homework. So the next page is homework. You're going to write and solve an algebraic equation to find the value. So we've done examples like that. That is this right here. So if you're wondering, notice we just add the 3 angles together, set it equal to 180. Add the 3 angles, set it equal to 180. That's that whole page. Then on the back, you're going to do what we were just doing. You're going to be given sides. These are all sides. Do you see? These are all sides. Find out if it's a triangle or not. These are all angles. With the sides, you have to add 2 at a time. We have a great example right here. See what I had to do on all these? See what I had to do? Look at your notes. Look at your notes, and that will tell you how to do this page. Good. Okay. Thank you very much. And remember always, if you ever get extra time, and you're already done with your homework, you can always look on PowerSchool and finish up some missing assignments. Great. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you know where to find us. Okay, I thought I was done, but I'm not. I know I said go work on homework, but don't, because let's add to our yellow packet. So get out your packet right now. Last time we talked about complementary, supplementary, straight angles, and vertical angles. Okay, and you already have those notes. I can add that in here in a bit if that would be helpful. What I want to talk about now is sides of triangles. Okay, so I'm going to state the theorem, but in a different way. So first I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to call them A, B, and C. Those are my sides. And we know what the theorem says is that A plus C has to be greater than B. And all of these things have to be true. A plus B has to be greater than C. And B plus C has to be greater than A. All of these all have to be true. Okay? So let's put that in words. So that's what you're going to basically be always using. Add two sides, set it equal to the third. Add two sides, set it equal to the third. Add two sides, greater than, not equal. It has to be greater than, notice. Okay? And so what it says is the sum of two sides of a triangle has to be greater than the third side. Okay? But this is what you're going to have to do every single time. You're going to have to add two sides together. Okay? The other thing we talked about today is that the angles of a triangle are going to always be equal to 180. Okay? So, angles of a triangle. That's harder to see. Angles of the triangle. We know that the sum, and remember sum means you're going to add, we'll write it out too, the sum of the measures, I'm going to put it all math speak, the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle, boy we have a lot of prepositional phrases, of the triangle is 180 degrees. I just crammed it on there. Made it on though. The sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle equal 180. So here we go. Here's our triangle. Here's x and y and z. Okay, and it's the angles of a triangle. So x plus y, x degrees, y degrees, z degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Always, always, always true. And it has to be that way or else it's not a triangle. So we use this one in two ways. One to determine if it was a triangle, and one to decide if what one of the other angles were. Okay, so look at those notes, and if we need some more of those, when I come back, we'll add some information onto this packet, or we'll look at the review for the test. Good. So now hopefully you have all those. I'm going to pause this and fill in this information just in case you missed it when we did it in class. So if you were not in class when we took these notes, this is for complementary, supplementary, straight angle, and vertical angles. So that might be helpful if you would copy that information down, so then you would have it in your yellow packet, which you then get to use when we take the text test. So make sure you copy all that information down. Great. So now go and do your homework. Thanks.